The Innocence Project mission is to free the staggering number of innocent people who remain incarcerated, and to bring reform to the system responsible for their unjust imprisonment. These are their stories. This is the Innocence Project. Ryan Matthews, a 17-year-old born and raised in Louisiana, was arrested for the murder of Tommy Van Hoos, a convenience store owner in Bridge City, Louisiana. In April 1997, a masked assailant went into Van Hoos' store and tried to get money from him. Van Hoos refused his demands just to be shot 4 times and killed shortly after. In a hurry, the perpetrator quickly ran out of the store, taking off his mask, shirt, and gloves, and jumped into the passenger side window of an awaiting car. Eyewitnesses say they saw the culprit's face while being shot at trying to block his escape with his car. They then were later brought up to identify the killer and pointed at Matthew, making him the prime suspect. Several hours after the incident, Ryan Matthews and Travis Hayes, 2 17-year-old teenagers, were then stopped due to their car fitting the description of the getaway vehicle.
I need you to step out the vehicle, sir.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't say that. Step out the vehicle now.
No, I didn't. No, sir.
You resisted me. Get out. Get out. Put your head back.
Both went into questioning, and Hayes was interrogated for 6 hours. At first, Hayes stated that he and Ryan were not in the area at the time of the crime, just to later say that he was the getaway driver himself and Matthews was the shooter. We believe that Hayes was coerced into making a false confession through force. Both teenagers were described as mentally retarded. Matthews was convicted of murder and sentenced to death. Hayes was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to life due to a false confession and faulty eyewitnesses. Forensic evidence would then reveal that the DNA found on the mask did not belong to Matthews. Not only that, defense expert also testified that the car they were driving could not have been the getaway car because the passenger side window that Matthews allegedly jumped through was inoperable and couldn't be rolled down. The DNA that was found on the mask was revealed to be that of Rondell Love. He was already in prison due to the killing of a woman in the same area where Van Hoos died 8 months after. Not only that, but 3 other prisoners also confessed that Love bragged about the killing of Van Hoos. Regardless of the fact, prosecutors had resisted granting a new trial for Matthews. Though Matthew was able to be granted a new trial in 1999, the trial in the 24th Judicial District, jurors trusted the word of the 2 eyewitnesses to then sentence Matthews to a death penalty. The jury heard that DNA recovered from the ski mask didn't match that of the teenager but found Matthews guilty after 2 hours of thinking. More and more forensic evidence kept proving Matthews' innocence even further, with the glove, shirt, and mask not to be related to Ryan Matthews. Another case was granted to Matthews to prove if he is legally retarded. Matthews was then released in June 2004, spending 5 years in death row. Ryan Matthews' friend Travis Hayes was then released in December 2006 and exonerated in January 2007. Travis Hayes received $252,000 in state compensation, and Matthews obtained $133,000 in compensation. Now, Matthews is a college graduate from Texas Women's University with a bachelor's degree in applied arts and sciences and with a wife and 4 beautiful children. Though it has not been easy for Matthews after prison, he's been able to make something out of himself and accomplish his dreams.